Welcome to Optimal Timelines. My name is Sean, and this is going to be your monthly Tarotscope reading for July 2023 for your North Node by sign and house. Now, if you're new to my channel, the reason I use the North Node in readings as opposed to your Sun, Moon, or Ascendant sign is that it's recognized in astrology that your North Node is your North Star. It's your soul path. It's what you're here to learn and experience in this lifetime. So it's much more relevant to your life than your Sun, Moon, or Ascendant sign. In addition, you have much more in common with those that share your North Node as opposed to your Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. Now, this is a big month this month because the collective North Node is changing from North Node in Taurus, South Node Scorpio into North Node in Aries, South Node in Libra, and that's going to take place on July 17th. So the whole collective, this affects everybody, and there are going to be some separate videos that I'm going to shoot out the middle of this month that's going to cover what each North Node is learning for this particular nodal shift that's going to take place on July 17th. But for now, this is going to be your monthly Tarotscope reading. While I'm shuffling, I want to invite you to take some deep breaths, relax, close your eyes if you wish, and open up your heart and mind to any information that could be relevant to you. So I'm going to connect to the energies and then we can begin. I call upon my spirit guides and my guardians and the wisdom of my ancestors to bring forth the information that's true and correct for all who see this reading, that it may bring them the most beautiful, happy life possible and set them on their most optimal future timeline. So may it be. Okay, so this is going to be your monthly Tarotscope reading for July 2023 for everybody with their North Node in Sagittarius and or the 9th house. Okay, so the spread on this side of the table represents the first half of the month from the 1st to the 15th, and then this side represents the second half of the month from the 16th on. Now, your overall theme card is the Ten of Swords, and what we're dealing with this month is we're dealing with some sort of things that are about endings. So the endings of things, and they could be things of the past or things that are maybe desired to be ending or that are ending. Okay, things that need to that we have the desire to end and go in a new direction. Because in order for something new to happen, we have to end something, and then something new happens, right? So we're dealing with endings. Now, the first half of the month, I'm seeing some things regarding what it is that you do for work, okay? You've got in your timeline cards, you've got the reversed Eight of Pentacles, you've got the Six of Swords, and you've got the Page of Swords. I'm sorry, not Six of Swords, Six of Wands, and the Page of Swords, okay? So I feel like for a lot of you, this is like what it is you do for work, career, whether you're stay at home, just what it is you have your own business, what it is you do on a daily basis, your work in the world, whatever that is. I feel like this is dealing with that, that. And we're dealing with endings in some sort. Either things have ended, they're about to end, or we desire them to end. And the desire here is success, and I feel like it is there for a lot of you. A lot of the Six of Wands is really coming up a lot this month for a lot of the North Nodes. And I feel like, especially this has happened like for, I think, 3 or 4 of the North Nodes. The Six of Wands has come up in the first 2 weeks of July. And I feel like that's really true for you, that there is this opportunity to like move forward and to have victory. Now, what is happening this first half of the month is with this page of wands, what's being required of you is to be vigilant and to pay attention. Now, what are you paying attention to? You're paying attention to your life around you. Like it's like a focused attention. You're listening to things around you, what you're reading, what you're listening to, what people are saying, what your own heart is saying, and you're being vigilant and you're being watchful, because what you're doing is you're going to get messages of what direction to take, whether this be an ending that you're dealing with, or something that has happened in the past, or whatever, or the desire for something to end and for something new to happen. The key here is, and I think a lot of you are going to get it, is to pay attention. Because remember, with your south node in Gemini, or the third house, there is the tendency to, like, it's kind of like being unfocused, like, you know, it's kind of like a scattered energy or a scattered focus. Now, the gift is being able to see lots of different points of view and angles, but what's going to help you is to bring that focus down into what it is. Like really listen to when what you're doing. Pay attention. Like really be observant. That's what this really is. Be observant, because the answers are going to come to you, and what all you really have to do is two things: be observant and pay attention to what's going on around you, what you're hearing, what you're seeing, what you're feeling, and then be able to like process it. So observe and focus, and then process. Now the advice cards that you have is you've got the Page of Cups reversed and the Fool reversed. And what this is really saying is the advice is these two cards are the advice of what not to do, and this is what to do. Okay, the Page of Swords. The first with the Page of Cups, we're looking at not being swayed by impulsive emotions, and not just going off emotions, but this is like using your intellect, really paying attention, weighing things out to make sure before you make moves. Okay, so this is like not emotionally being impulsive. The Fool reversed is again not kind of going off half cocked, so to speak. Don't go off without really knowing you know where it is that you want or should go. Okay, whatever this situation may be. And I feel like with the Six of Wands here, you're really going to be able to, a lot of you are going to have the opportunity to feel that success. So really, whatever is happening this month with endings, and it not only could be work or what you do, but this also could refer to relationships for some of you, depending on your personal chart. So any sort of endings that are happening, whether it be work or relationships, you're going to get ahead by being really super observant by what is going on around you, as I said, okay? And to not be impulsive in actions or impulsive in emotions or thinking, okay? And that's going to really, really help you into, making the right decision and, moving forward. Because ultimately what's going to happen is the answers are going to come, and I feel like it's going to come um, by like one source, like something is going to click with you this first 2 weeks. So essentially what it is, pay attention the first 2 weeks, process it, and then you'll get your direction, okay, of what you need to do. Now the second half of July, your timeline cards are the Moon, you've got the Three of Swords reversed, and you've got the Judgment card reversed. Now, this is really interesting because I'm seeing this for a lot of the north nodes. What's the first 2 weeks and second 2 weeks, I'm seeing like mirror images of the reading, and it's almost like it's like part one, part two. I'm seeing this not for every north node, but I'm seeing it for a lot of them. And for this, I'm seeing kind of the same thing. What is the difference, or what do these cards have in common? You've got the Page of Swords, and then you've got the Judgment card. They're both cards of listening and being alert and paying attention, because the Judgment card is a card of hearing the call of something and waking up to it and understanding that call. It's communication. The angel here is blowing the horn, and these people are waking up from a dead state, like, oh, okay, I hear it, right? And this is also paying attention. Now, with it reversed, here's the thing. I feel like there is, I'll say, the possibility of, some of you not really paying attention to really what's going on, and then by not seeing what's really going on, not understanding it, and you're not kind of hearing the message. Again, with the Moon card here, it's kind of like things are kind of like kind of in the dark, okay? And again, the endings is you have the Three of Swords reversed, okay? So what is the answer here to actually make sure that the second half of the month, because I feel like anyone that doesn't kind of get it the first 2 weeks is going to have another opportunity to get it, like, so this is like an overflow. So what is the key to actually understanding what's going on, and to kind of getting the message about the endings that are going on in your life, or the desire for endings? The two advice cards are, you've got the High Priestess and you've got the Strength card. And the High Priestess is a card of deep understanding and intuition. Now remember, when you have a north node in Sagittarius or the ninth house, one of your natural gifts, whether you know it or not, is intuition. And it has to be tapped into in this lifetime. In other words, trusting your intuition. Now, someone might say, like, well, okay, I have an intuitive hit. Why is that hard? That's not hard to do. Well, it is. And the reason it's hard, especially for you with your South Node in Gemini or the third house, is that there's a lot of static. Like, you might have an initial hit, like, you know what, I really think this. But then what happens with the Gemini is you start to think, well, I don't know, maybe it's this or that. And so the mind starts to get overactive and it clouds it. So you're doubting your intuition. That's why it's easier said than done, okay? But when you are able to follow your intuition, that is going to help you to kind of navigate this. So let me put this in practical terms. Okay, so let's say there's this situation, you're dealing with an ending of some sort, or the desire to end, like a job, a relationship, or there's something in the past that has ended and you're dealing with, right? And you are paying attention, and someone says something to you, or you hear something, and you get this intuitive hit, and it's like all of a sudden, like, oh, okay, I see what they're doing. Now, the danger is with this Judgment reversed, okay, you got that intuitive hit, is when that South Node in Gemini kicks in, you say, well, wait a minute, okay, but what about this? And then what about that? And what about this? And then it's like you're off track. So what you have to do is recognize that information, recognize the intuitive hit, and then you're able to, like, kind of get the message that you need to get on this. But essentially what this is doing, this month really is about, I feel like overall, is about developing your listening skills and your intuitive skills, is really what this is. And then now we'll go into the Strength card. The strength card is, in dealing with this situation, is handling it directly, but with a gentle nature. Because the situation, you might be dealing with something, whether in the past or currently, that's kind of volatile, and not pleasant. And that could also, the volatility could throw us all off. Okay, it can throw you off when you feel that. But if you are able to handle it with, you know, the strength of being able to gingerly and delicately navigate it without kind of getting like over emotional, having the courage to kind of get in there and deal with it, it's really going to help you uh, in this situation. But really, that's what this is about. This really is a training month for your listening and intuitive skills. Okay, and as I said, for each of you, it's going to be different. It could be, something that's from the past that's resurfacing, or something new, or the desire. And if it is something with a job or career, it's like, you know, you there could be this desire, but then you say, well, I don't know if I can do that, because the Gemini mind kicks in. I don't know if I should leave. I don't know if I should put my resume out there, or whatever it is, or I should change whatever it is I'm doing, and that doubt starts to come in, and that's where you want to, like, your intuition and listening. So that's what this is. This is listening, as I said, and being able to pay attention and then get those intuitive hits and follow those. So anyway, I hope this reading was helpful to you and you found some value in it. If you have any questions about this reading or anything else, feel free to reach out to me in the comments. I'd love to answer your questions. And if you have the desire to get a personal reading where I could look at your personal chart and kind of see where you're at in your life specifically, there's going to be a link in the description box below to my website, so you can check that out, and love you to give you some more information on that. And again, thank you. If you could hit that like button, it helps the algorithms. Just takes a quick second. So good karma to you if you hit that like button. So appreciate it. Anyway, thank you so much. We'll see you on some more videos. Many blessings.